Welcome, my lovely learners, to today's activity. We have humans and environment. We'll be looking at disease. What kind of disease are we looking at? Airborne disease. In our previous lesson, we learned about skin diseases that catches the skin. Now we will be looking at airborne diseases. Let's look at our keyword. Our keyword is what? Airborne disease. Again, airborne disease. Alright, if someone asks you what are airborne disease, what will you tell the person? You should be able to tell the person they are disease caused by what? Tiny organism. What? Tiny organism that are what? Transmitted through air. Now, when you cough, for instance, if somebody is coughing at home, you realize that air is coming out, saliva too is coming out sometimes. So the airborne disease is what? Transmitted through what? Some of these channels: coughing, sneezing, laughing, talking. You realize that I can be talking before you realize saliva will come out. Air too is coming out as well. So if I have any form of airborne disease in me, that means I will be transmitting those airborne diseases through the talking that I'm doing, the sneezing, coughing, all these things. All right, let's look at this example, this current pandemic, COVID-19. You realize it puts a stop to every activity, almost every activity in the whole world. So it's a typical example of what? Airborne disease. Do you get it? All right, we will also be let's quickly look at some common airborne diseases after what? The COVID-19. Which other ones do we have? We have flu or what? Influenza. We have flu or influenza. This is influenza or flu. Some of the words, the one that will make the pronunciation very simpler for you is the one you got right if you are asked to write any of this. This is chicken pox. In our previous videos or lesson, we learned about some of these diseases. So it's also same as what? Airborne. So we are just doing a revision of these diseases. Chicken pox, which is what? Varicella zoster. That is another name for chicken pox, is what? Varicella zoster. This word sometimes will be difficult for you to pronounce, so it's better you stick to this, chicken pox. Okay, let's look at what the next one. Measles. We've seen, or we met this one in our previous lesson. We have whooping cough or what? Pertussis. This one too, imagine the pronunciation. Pertussis is very difficult to pronounce. And we also have meningitis. So let's quickly go through again. Influenza or flu, chicken pox or what? Varicella zoster. We have measles. We have whooping cough or what? Pertussis. We also have meningitis. These are some of the common airborne disease. We have a lot of them. We have tuberculosis. That is TB, as short in TB. You realize that some people have been saying TB. This is also an airborne disease. All right, let's continue. Some symptoms of airborne disease. Let's look at these symptoms. When you catch any of these diseases, airborne diseases, what are the likely symptoms that will show up? Now, some of these diseases will show coughing, sneezing, congestion, sore throat, body aches, loss of appetite. We have fever. We have a lot of these symptoms, but we are to limit ourselves to specific ones. Coughing, as I demonstrated earlier on, sometimes you not even cover your mouth or your lips, you just be flowing it. Saliva, everything, phlegms, everything will come out. Now sneezing. Again, then you'll be doing it. Sometimes phlegms from your nose, your mouth, saliva, everything will come out from your mouth, phlegms from your nose. It's very bad. When it happens, you catch any of this and you are coughing or sneezing, make sure you cover your mouth with handkerchief. Alright, let's look at congestion. Sometimes you have this, especially when you catch cold, you will realize that your nostrils will be blocked and you find it difficult to breathe. When it happens like that, you need not to do anything than to visit the doctor to give you the prescribed medicine. We have sore throat. Sore throat, normally it happens with different kind of diseases. Sometimes, let me use people who have been smoking cigarette or jot, as usual we call. Now, if you see these people, sometimes when they fall sick, they realize that the doctor will tell them their lungs have got damaged or their throat, there's a sore in their throat. So you realize that the little water, the little food that they will take in, then they will be feeling pain. And sometimes when you get to a point that you have damaged lungs, you will be finding it very difficult to breathe. Alright, let's look at body aches. Sometimes you only have some pains in your body. You don't understand, you don't know what is happening to yourself. If it happens like this, quickly advise yourself to go to hospital. Loss of appetite. Sometimes you'll be finding it very difficult. Sometimes you'll not be finding it, you'll not be willing to eat. When they bring you delicious meal, you say, oh, mommy, I will not take. Daddy, oh, it's okay. Meanwhile, you are feeling it, you are hungry. Okay? But you are not feeling what? The energy, you don't have the energy for the food, the desire to eat the food. Now, fever. Sometimes the fever, sometimes some people, the way they describe fever, well, is very different. When you are around temperature, feeling cold, all those symptoms is under what? Fever. Fever is not when you are cold alone, when you catch cold. It's not only when you have headache. It's what? When you have headache or what? Cold. It's fever. With this, don't forget, we learn to explain what? Airborne disease. We also learn about some common airborne diseases and look at what? The symptoms in addition. Till we meet again. Bye-bye.